Okay, we're here at Toronto Pearson Airport. It's Danielle's birthday in a few days and she's never seen the Rocky Mountains, so we're flying out to Edmonton, renting a car. We're doing a 4-day Rocky Mountain road trip. It's going to be super exciting. Hopefully the wildfires don't put a big damper on our plan, but we're pretty loose with it. We've got all kinds of different routes we can take and all kinds of different plans, so I'm not really that worried. We're both kind of nervous flyers though, so we'll see how that goes. We'll catch you on the other side. It's going to be a good trip.
Edmonton. Finally.
Finally. Whoop.
Whoop.
So, what are we doing?
Gotta go get camping fuel. There's some things we couldn't bring on the plane. We've got our camping stove. We gotta go to Mecca, get fuel, get some food, and then we can go to the mountains. Excited to go on a new Mac.
Ready?
Yeah, what do we get?
We're getting breakfast,
Yeah.
lunch,
Yeah.
and dinner.
Nice.
And that's our fuel canister that's gonna last us the 4 days.
Nice. Another important stop. The cannabis store. So excited, I've never been to an out-of-province weed store.
No, me neither.
We'll see what we can get. That'll do. It's almost noon. We got like 5-6 hours of driving to do to get to Kicking Horse. Crunching some MacDons. We got some essentials. Probably gonna try and put a couple hours between us and Edmonton before we stop for groceries and see what else we can buy. The adventure begins. Put 100-something kilometers on the road, hit up Red Deer, and we decided we should stop and get some groceries because you never know what's gonna happen. Found a Sobeys finally because Daniela was sleeping instead of helping me. Yeah, gonna get some essentials that hopefully won't go bad, and then it's to the mountains. To the mountain, mountain. Well, apparently going to Red Deer was a bad idea. It just added like 2 hours onto our drive to the mountains, but at least we have food, so we won't starve to death. Day one is looking like quite the traveling day, but we should be prepared to be smooth sailing from here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do we have now, like 3.5 hours more driving?
Yep.
We'll check back in later. bit down, another 100 some odd kilometers. We're at Calgary. It's time to move this party west towards the mountains in the rain. Lake Louise, let's go see it. Had to blow through Banff, gotta see that too. But if you're gonna do the Rockies, you gotta see Lake Louise. One hell of a first day. It's about 7 o'clock, or is it 6 o'clock? 7 o'clock at night. We got up at 5 a.m. in Toronto, which would be 3 here. It's been a very long day of traveling. We got in some decent sights, and now look at the campsite we found at Kicking Horse Pass. The view is just unreal from our campsite. So worth it. I was here about 11 years, almost 11 years to the day with my dad. I think this is where we camped. So Dad, if you're watching, does this look familiar or what? We're gonna set up now. I'm not gonna show you the setup of the tent. We already did that. If you're interested in that, watch the Crownland camping video, but we have a lot of other cool gear we're gonna look into. And then we're gonna wrap up for the night. So stay tuned. Okay, so the new gear is going to go on the old link tree from the Crownland camping app. If you want to check out any of the other gear on there, watch that video. Here's some new stuff. Daniela?
We got this pan pot combo. It's just small enough to pack up. That's the pan. And that's the pot. Came with a sponge included. And this, believe it or not, is our camp stove. Get on, it started to let out fuel. And then this guy opens up.
Jet burner.
Camp stove.
Yeah, let's boil some water. She also picked out these dope Hydro Flask mugs for us. Make our tea and keep it hot. Oh yeah. Just firing. It's not even on full.
No, it's not.
This thing's like a jet burner. Fucking gourmet shit. Yeah, confident. Oh my god. It's so good. What an excellent end to an excellent and fantastic day. Just gonna clean up our dishes, put everything away, indulge in some of our indulgences from the store we went to, and kind of hang out and enjoy this beautiful park we're in. Not sure if I'm going to break this up into multiple videos per day. I don't really know how it's going to work. If that is the case, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to see the next parts. If it's all going to be one video, then I'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye.
my God. Welcome to day 2 of a Rocky Mountain adventure. First tip I have for you this morning is it's way colder than you think it's gonna be. It's the middle of August, and I'm cold, but I'm gonna get out our fancy new AeroPress and make some coffee. We got some powdered eggs, and then we're gonna hit the road. Originally we were planning on doing a full loop, maybe going through Kamloops and around Mount Robinson. But with the wildfires, we're thinking about revising that plan, and maybe we're going to backtrack a bit back to Lake Louise and then head up to see the Columbia Icefields, because that's another must-see, and see if we can find a nice camp spot and maybe spend a full day there, because tomorrow is her birthday. The plan's still a bit fluid, but definitely going to get coffee and breakfast first. Pasta water.
It is what it is. Yeah, that smells very strong.
Yeah, make it strong, and then dilute it. How is it?
Delicious. It's really good. It's not a
Holy shit, that is real good.
It's really good. Yeah, the AeroPress makes really good coffee.
Now that we have the coffee sorted out, I have some big news. Yesterday in this amazing spot, I asked Daniela to marry me, and she said yes. Very exciting. I highly suggest the Rockies for this experience.
Very romantic.
Park pass for the Icefields and Jasper National Park. I don't know if that's what it's called. We got it for 2 days, so the day we leave is the day it expires, so we're covered for camping until then, other than finding a campsite. Just en route to the Icefields now. We got 125 kilometers. Look at the scenery though. Made it to the Saskatchewan River crossing. We're gonna have some lunch. There's a washroom. There's a gas station just down the road a couple of kilometers. So another tip I have to offer you that I've realized is fill up your water bottles every chance you get. Stop at every washroom because you don't know when there'll be one. And definitely get gas every chance you get, because some of these roads stretch for hundreds of kilometers before you find anything. Make some lunch. It's a nice day use picnic area. Saskatchewan River crossing. Right off the highway. What a great day. Day 2 is killing it. Okay, this first day we came in Calgary, drove through Banff, up to Lake Louise, and then we camped in here. Day 2 we came back to Lake Louise, and right now we're just about at the Saskatchewan River crossing. I think we're gonna drive up and try and camp somewhere near Jasper, hang out, and then we're straight out to Edmonton. For lunch today we have dried egg powder and sausages. These are great, you can get them at Mech. Great to have, just add water and boil. They're very light. We're gonna have some coffee, and then we're gonna show you this crazy view. Icefields. We're at the Athabasca Glacier. We're gonna climb up and take a peek and see how much ice is left. So we're gonna climb up this hill and we'll get our vantage point up there. See at the top. Well, there's the Athabasca Glacier. I can't really make it any closer because they don't want you to unless you take a tour bus. So we're gonna respect that. Also found all kinds of, hundreds of inuksuks people have made. They made our contribution. And there's a bunch of super cool information here about the life of the glacier. And there's marker signs of where it was on different years so you can see how much it shrunk. Onwards to Jasper.
Onwards to Jasper.
Staying here at the beautiful Kerkeslin campground. Another tip I should have mentioned earlier is the mountains in these national parks are littered with first come first served campsites. So there are campsites that you do need to make a reservation and some you don't. So you don't have to stress too much about planning your trip and having reservations. We made 0 reservations and I've had no trouble finding campgrounds. Can't really see through the trees, but that's Mount Kerkeslin. Down there on the other side through there is the Athabasca River that comes off the glacier we were just at. So we're probably gonna go down there and take a dip in the cold water, have a nice grounding experience in the mountains, get our feet in the earth. It's gonna be sick. You're gonna get connected with nature again. Sick. We also trying to determine which one of these is the leaky one, because if you watch the Crown Land camping video, you'll realize that mine deflated, and that happened again last night. So we bought some repair tape. We're gonna see which one's leaking, hopefully find the leak and get it repaired. After that, we're on the road for about 5.5 hours today. Thought that was good enough. We're gonna hit Jasper tomorrow and then try and find a campground on the other side. Tomorrow's Danielle's birthday, so we're gonna do a little less driving than we've been doing and then see some more sights.
Okay, so Sam's crazy.
It's the Athabasca River.
He wants to take a bath in this glacier river. Okay, out. Let's go.
Oh, I feel rejuvenated.
You're crazy. You're a crazy person.
That was a quick dip, but it was unreal. I feel so good, invigorated. I got out of the water and I don't know, I feel recharged. If you come to the Rocky Mountains, you got to take a dip in the glacier rivers. It's just a crazy experience. I'm so glad I did that. I don't smell as bad. I definitely still smell a little bit, but it's a work in progress. It's high time we dive into the house plants. This is by no means a paid promotion, but these are super good and I've never seen this flavor, and we can't take them home with us, so it's a perfect opportunity to drink an adult beverage and chill at our campsite, maybe go for a hike. We'll see what's up. Oh, starting to get a little munchy here. Yep. Today's dinner is stroganoff, egg noodles, beef, and mushroom. Comes 2 servings. Another great purchase from Mac. These are dried and light. Just add boiling water and stir. It's time to feast. I just want to point out with this pot thing, I know it's a little dirty, but it's got these measuring things on the bottom or on the side, and all these pre-prepared meals tell you exactly how much water you need. This is so perfect. It makes it super easy to make these freeze-dried prepared meals. So definitely check these out. They'll be in the link tree. It's super handy. It's super compactable. You can fit stuff in it. It just saves a lot of space and it's easy to take around with you. Bon appetit. Oh my god, the beef stroganoff is so good.
That's all right.
For good news, the Parks Canada guys just drove by and they told us that the fire ban's been lifted and there's free firewood supplied with the site, so we can have a fire. It's like a dream come true. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's alright.
It's alright. Good morning, day 3. Thought we found the leak in my air mattress and taped it up, and it did lose less air than normal. Still pretty flat, so it's got to be defective from when it was made, because Daniela's is always perfect. And like, I rolled over onto that thing last night, and man, it's like sleeping in a 5-star hotel. Rained last night, tent stayed dry inside. The clothes I had hanging up were wet. We're gonna make some coffee, maybe a little bit of breakfast. Back on the old open road. See what happens. So we're here at Kerkeslin, which puts us 199 kilometers from Lake Louise. Gives us 34 kilometers to Jasper. There are a few reservation-only campsites there, and then some walk-ins, first come, first serve, and overflow. So we still got options, but we're almost out of the park, so we got very little driving to do on today, the day of Daniela's birthday. We've come a couple minutes down the road, past Mount Kerkeslin. We found the Athabasca Falls. We're gonna do our first hike. I don't know if it's gonna be a long one, but it'd be nice to see some waterfalls.
200 meters.
200 meters.
Not long.
Yeah, nice. It's good.
Nice quick hike.
Nice early morning exercise. Yeah. Beautiful. It's not really much of a hike, more like a series of paths and stairs, but worth it.
Yeah. Jasper.
And happy birthday!
Thanks.
Yeah, let's go find some breakfast.
Yeah, breakfast.
Looking for breakfast because we've been camping and we've spotted the Raven. It's open. We have a good feeling because of that raven we saw the other day. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
So for the last day, we decided to do a reserved campsite because there were showers. We left Jasper, we drove down to Whistler's campsite, and we got there and the campsite had no room for our tent except on very bulky gravel, which was not okay. We didn't want to ruin the tent or be super uncomfortable, so we went in and talked to them about it. There was some campsites that looked nice, but you're not allowed to have a vehicle for those. So they switched us to another site, which is like 40 minutes away. The rain is coming down and we needed to shower, so we're back in Jasper. We're gonna go try and shower at the Aquatic Fitness Center or whatever it is, and then book it down and hope that this other reserve campsite is better than the last one. The Parks Canada lady said it should be, but I mean, this reserve campsite thing cost us more than both of the first come first serve campsites we did put together. The booking was super complicated. It took a while to get it sorted out, and the quality of the campsite so far we've seen is absolutely not up to par. So I mean, it's the first time I've done a reserve campsite in the Rockies. In 2010, when me and my dad came through, we did first come first serve, no problems. The last two campsites we stayed at on this trip were unreal, super simple. Drive in, park your car, write a slip. Anyways, we're gonna try and at least get one shower in before we have to fly home, so yeah, hopefully this rain blows over before we get to our campsite. Let's do it. Made it to the Pocahontas campsite. It's the last campsite before we exit the park on our way back to Edmonton. Way better. Nice ground, nice privacy. This is way better than the last one. The Whistler's was not good. I would not suggest going there. And the hot springs are right here. They are closed this year because there's a shortage of lifeguards because they had to shut down the training because of COVID. But when they are open, definitely if you're going to reserve a site, I would suggest this one, because that sounds unreal. Let's get set up for our last night in the Rockies. The other thing I forgot to mention that is probably important to note is that we did our trip starting Tuesday through to tomorrow's Friday, so there's definitely a lot less people about and it was easier to find campsites. I would imagine through the weekend it would be a lot busier. You might have a harder time finding campsites, so just maybe note that if you're planning a trip. Dinner day 3. Hope this one's as good as the rest. It's more complicated, but more calories per serving. So, taste test.
Yeah.
The dry packed pad thai with chicken. What's the verdict?
Oh yeah.
Is it good? Is it better than the beef stroganoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
I'm going in for a bite. Oh my god, that crystallized lime is insane. This company, what is it, Backpackers Kitchen?
Backpackers Pantry.
Backpackers Pantry. This food is super good. Definitely going on the link tree. Check it in the description. I'm jealous of your raincoat. How is it? We got set up right in time before the rain. How well do these dry bags work?
Good?
Dry.
Yeah. At least we got something out of that burger.
Good morning, day 4. We got up super early. It was a bit chilly, and we got up and decided to go for a drive a little bit higher on the mountain and see if we can watch the sunrise. Danielle's gonna make some tea. What a beautiful morning. Crisp, brisk, mountain air. Hopefully we can see some nice sunrise. And then a 3.5 hour drive to the airport, so we got time to kill. The flight's not till 6. Just moseying along today. Oh, that's a good picture. Hold on. Picked up our last campsite at Pocahontas. We saw that beautiful sunset this morning. Gonna go look for a picnic area maybe to see if we can dry our tent out because it is soaking wet. There's not a chance it's gonna dry here unless we sit for hours. And then we're flying home. Our flight got delayed though, so I don't know what we're gonna do to kill the extra 3 or 4 hours. We'll see what happens. We still got a full day of adventure. So we've driven about a half hour past the campsite. Pretty much out of the mountains now. Stopped in the first town we saw, Hinton. Had to get some coffee from Timmy's because we ran out of coffee yesterday. I guess we used more of the AeroPress than we thought. We had a couple extra cups, but it's pretty much a straight shot to Edmonton. This is the end of our Rocky Mountain adventure. An unreal trip. I highly suggest you do it. We saw waterfalls, glaciers, mountains, goats, and I got to be engaged. Got to get engaged to this lovely partner of mine. So, if you like what you see, hit that like button, leave me a comment, and hit subscribe. We got lots more good stuff coming out, and we also have lots of good content of stuff you can do at home. Take care, until next time.